The first two Avatar films double as love letters to the natural world from director James Cameron, and we can't wait to see what new creatures Fire and Ash has in store for us. We've already seen glimpses of 3 new creatures, the Medusoid and Windray, who together pull the Tlalim clan's sky caravans, and the fearsome Night Wraith, believed to be a cousin of the Ikran. The Night Wraith is Mangquan leader Varang's flying mount of choice. While we wait to see what other weird and wonderful creatures await, here are all the others we've met on Pandora. Great Leonopteryx. Above the jungles, nothing commands more fear than the great Leonopteryx. Known to the Na'vi as Toruk, meaning last shadow, this enormous flying predator dominates the skies of Pandora from its home in the Hallelujah Mountains. With a wingspan stretching over 25 meters, Toruk is the largest known aerial creature on the moon. Its body is built for speed and power, streaked in vivid crimson, yellow, and black stripes. 4 massive wings propel it through the clouds, while its hooked beak and razor-sharp teeth make short work of any prey below. The Na'vi fear and revere Toruk. To see the shadow of Toruk pass overhead is to know you are prey, and to see it land is to understand that death has arrived for you. In Na'vi legends, those who can tame this predator become Toruk Makto, riders of the last shadow, destined to unite the clans. Few have ever achieved it. 𝐏𝐚𝐧𝐝 did it once to rally the Na'vi against the human invaders, but history remembers only a handful of Toruk Makto throughout all the centuries. The Na'vi call it a sign from 𝐴wa when a rider appears. In the ecosystem, Toruk is an apex predator, feeding on banshees, forest animals, and sometimes even Thanators. It nests on remote cliffs, only descending to hunt or during mating seasons. The balance of the skies depends on its rule. For humans, the great Leonopteryx became a symbol, proof of how little they understood Pandora. For the Na'vi, Toruk is a living legend, a constant reminder that the wilds of Pandora answer to no one. Akula. If the Tulkun are the soul of Pandora's oceans, the Akula is its nightmare. Known for its brutal speed and unstoppable force, the Akula is the deadliest predator lurking in the deeper waters of the reef. Stretching over 15 meters in length, the Akula is built like a living torpedo. Its body is armored with thick plating, its jaws lined with serrated teeth capable of biting straight through bone. It moves with terrifying speed, able to chase down even the fastest prey in open water. The Akula is a solitary hunter. It stalks the edge of coral reefs, ambushing anything that crosses its path. Teylu, young Tulkun, or even reckless humans. It strikes with brute force, delivering devastating bites before disappearing back into the depths. To the Metkayina Na'vi, the Akula is a force of nature, respected, feared, and avoided. They do not attempt to tame or bond with it. It's a living reminder that 𝐴wa's balance includes predators that must be left alone. Loak, the youngest son of 𝐏𝐚𝐧𝐝, learned this lesson firsthand when an Akula chased him through the reef after he gets separated from the group. Outsmarting it became a defining moment in his coming of age, but for most, encountering an Akula ends in tragedy. A quick reminder, we'll be exploring every corner of the Avatar universe in the lead up to Fire and Ash, so if you want to know more about the Akula or any other incredible Pandoran creature, let us know in the comments. Direhorse. On the open plains and through the thick jungles of Pandora moves one of the most iconic creatures of the Na'vi, the Direhorse. Known as Pali, this 6-legged herbivore serves as their most reliable land mount. Standing as tall as an elephant and at as much as 6 meters in length, the Direhorse is built for speed. It has a long, elegant frame with a smooth, striped hide. Its 6 legs give it incredible balance and agility, allowing it to sprint across dense forests and weave through tangled underbrush with ease. The Na'vi form Teylu with the Direhorse, creating a deep bond that lets them guide the animal with thought alone. Hunters rely on Direhorses to track prey, clans use them to transport supplies, and warriors ride them into battle. Despite their size, Direhorses are peaceful by nature. They travel in herds, grazing on grass and leaves, but when threatened, they can deliver crushing kicks with their powerful legs or stampede in coordinated bursts of speed. Direhorses play a key role when Neytiri teaches 𝐏𝐚𝐧𝐝 to form Teylu and ride for the first time. 𝐏𝐴's swift success in bonding with and riding a Direhorse is a turning point, symbolizing his growing connection to Na'vi culture. Later, during the final battle, Na'vi warriors are seen charging into combat on Direhorses, highlighting their importance as swift and powerful battle mounts. For the Omaticaya and other forest clans, the Direhorse represents loyalty, strength, and freedom. Hammerhead titanothere. In the dense forests and glades of Pandora roams one of the most intimidating herbivores ever seen, the hammerhead titanothere. Known to the Na'vi as 𝐏𝐚𝐬𝐧𝐝, this six-legged giant is a living wall of muscle and armor. Standing over 6 meters tall at the shoulder and weighing in excess of 5 tons, the titanothere is easily recognized by its massive hammer-shaped head crest. This wide, reinforced plate is used to shove through and clear vegetation, intimidate rivals, and defend against predators. Brightly colored flaps on either side of its head flash vivid warning colors when the beast feels threatened. Despite its herbivorous nature, the hammerhead is famously aggressive. If startled or challenged, it will lower its enormous head and charge with devastating force, capable of flattening trees, human vehicles, and any creature foolish enough to block its path. For the Na'vi, the titanothere is a symbol of raw strength and the forest's untamable spirit. They hunted only in times of great need, honoring its sacrifice with songs and ceremonies. During the final battle in Avatar, 𝐿 prays to 𝐿 for help, and the hammerheads respond alongside other creatures, saving the day for the Na'vi and reinforcing their cultural importance to the Omaticaya Na'vi as a force of 𝐿's will. Skimwing. Among the crashing waves of Pandora's oceans lives a creature built for speed, power, and combat, the Skimwing. Known to the Na'vi as 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐵, the Skimwing is the riding beast of the reef clans. We see both 𝐴𝐾 and Tanawari riding in Way of Water. Measuring up to 14 meters in length, the Skimwing looks like a fierce combination of flying fish and predatory eel. Its long, streamlined body is armed with rows of sharp teeth, and its broad wing-like fins allow it to rocket through water at incredible speed. With a flick of its powerful tail, it can launch itself from the sea, gliding for long distances above the waves before diving back beneath the water. The 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻 clan prizes the Skimwing as a warrior's mount. Unlike the gentle Teylu, bonding with a Skimwing is a challenge of dominance. Only the strongest and most determined Na'vi can tame one, forming 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻 and earning the right to ride it across open oceans and into battle. In times of conflict, the Skimwing is the 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻's fastest weapon, used to patrol their territory, hunt dangerous sea creatures, and fight human threats. In the Way of Water, 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻 himself learns to ride a Skimwing, proving himself worthy to the reef people in the process. Fan lizard. Among the glowing roots and streams of Pandora's rainforest, one small creature never fails to catch the eye, the fan lizard, known to the Na'vi as 𝐾𝐚𝐻𝐻𝐿. At first glance, it appears as a simple, palm-sized lizard with smooth skin and subtle stripes, but when startled, it performs one of the most dazzling displays in the forest. The fan lizard unfurls a brilliant circular membrane from its back, glowing with vibrant bioluminescent colors, and spins rapidly like a living frisbee, launching itself into the air to escape predators. This defensive flight is brief but spectacular. In the dense forest, it helps the fan lizard avoid becoming prey to larger animals like viper wolves and stingbats. It feeds on insects and nectar, clinging to tree trunks and basking near bioluminescent plants. The beauty of the fan lizard is hard to miss, as 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻 noticed in the first film when he taps one and it flies off spinning. Wood sprite. Floating silently through the jungles of Pandora is a creature unlike any other, the wood sprite or 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴. Though it appears small and fragile, it holds a power that goes to the very heart of Na'vi culture. A wood sprite is the seed of the Tree of Souls, the most sacred site to the Na'vi. It looks like a glowing, delicate jellyfish drifting on the air with fine white tendrils trailing beneath it. Bioluminescent and weightless, it glides effortlessly through the forests, often gathering near places where 𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻's presence is strongest. To the Na'vi, the wood sprite is a pure spirit. It is said to carry the voices of ancestors and to be 𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻's messenger. If a wood sprite chooses to land on you, it is seen as a sign of great importance, marking the individual as chosen or blessed by 𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻. 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻's first connection to the Na'vi began with a flock of wood sprites landing on him. This occurs shortly after a single 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻 lands on Neytiri's arrow, convincing her to spare 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻's life. During the most sacred rituals, like the transfer of 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻's consciousness seen at the end of the first film, these glowing seeds gather, symbolizing 𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐻's guidance and the presence of past generations. Anemmonid. Anemonids resemble large tropical flower stalks with flexible petal-like appendages that react to nearby movement. Their colors range from soft coral tones to bright violet and blue, with bioluminescent streaks that glow faintly at dusk. Despite appearing rooted, these organisms are highly reactive, bending, curling, or recoiling when disturbed. Jake Sully discovers this during his first night alone in the forest in Avatar. As he moves through the undergrowth, the organisms recoil into their stalks with a sharp, fluid motion as Jake brushes past them. The scene highlights their magneto-nastic sensitivity, likely responding to the metal of his gear and weapon. What sets anemonids apart from ordinary plant life is their unique metal-based nutrition. Instead of absorbing typical minerals like nitrogen or phosphorus, anemonids draw in metal elements from the soil, including trace amounts of unobtainium. This adaptation gives them a rare ability. They respond visibly to magnetic fields. To the Na'vi, anemonids are sensitive forest sentinels. While not dangerous, they are treated with caution and respect. Their subtle movements help hunters detect the presence of nearby RDA soldiers, who often trigger their magnetic responses unknowingly. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of Avatar. Daisy Anemone. In the shimmering lagoons and reef gardens of Pandora, beauty disguises danger in the form of the carnivorous daisy anemone, a colorful, bioluminescent invertebrate that anchors itself to rock or coral surfaces, while its trailing tendrils conceal a powerful sting, capable of paralyzing small fish. Larger swimmers are wise to keep their distance. Like anemonids, daisy anemones are sensitive to magnetic fields. When nearby metal is detected, such as an RDA tool or piece of equipment, the anemone slowly turns toward it. In Avatar, The Way of Water, daisy anemones briefly reveal their more aggressive potential. During a skirmish in the reef, Kiri uses her connection to 𝐴𝐻 to command nearby anemones, causing them to wrap around and disable RDA soldiers underwater. This moment is one of several that proves even the smallest, most beautiful organisms can become weapons when 𝐴𝐻 calls them. Ikran. The Ikran, known to humans as the mountain banshee, features across both Avatar films. In Avatar, Jake Sully's bonding with an Ikran marks his acceptance into the 𝐏𝐚𝐳𝐽𝐻 clan and his true commitment to Pandora's way of life. The Ikran becomes his personal mount, crucial in battle against the RDA. In The Way of Water, although the focus shifts to the sea and 𝐼𝐻𝐾aINA culture, the Ikran remains central to the Sully family's identity, symbolizing their roots with the 𝐏𝐚𝐳𝐽𝐻. Neytiri continues to ride her bonded Ikran, using it in combat and transport, reminding viewers that no matter how far they travel, their bond with the sky and the traditions of the forest endure. With a wingspan stretching nearly 12 meters, the Ikran is built for speed and precision flight. 4 powerful wings allow it to glide effortlessly through turbulent winds, while its streamlined body and sharp, beak-like jaws make it a deadly aerial hunter. Its vibrant skin glows with unique patterns of bioluminescence, no two Ikran ever looking exactly alike. Young Na'vi must bond with an Ikran through Teylu in a dangerous ceremony known as Iknamaya. This life bond is permanent, creating a partnership that lasts a lifetime. Ikran hunt small animals, fish, and occasionally other aerial prey like stingbats. Their fierce independence means they only bond with one Na'vi, and only after a battle of wills where the Na'vi must prove their worth. Sturmbeest. Next up is the Sturmbeest, seen during Jake Sully's initiation hunt. The Sturmbeest, called Talyoang by the Na'vi, is a symbol of raw power. Standing over 4 meters tall with a muscular 6-legged frame and a prominent forward-curving horn, it resembles a bison built for battle. Sturmbeests move in large herds, stampeding as a defense against predators and threats, capable of crushing vehicles and knocking down trees. In the battle for the Tree of Souls, they answered 𝐴𝐻's call and turned their fearsome power against the RDA's AMP suits. For the Na'vi, the Talyoang is hunted rarely and with reverence, providing essential resources like meat and hide. Their thundering charge has made these Stormbeasts infamous among RDA researchers. The Sturmbeest appears for a little longer in the extended cut of the first film and in the 2009 video game. Slinger. Deep within Pandora's shadowy swamps, where the roots knot and the waters run still, stalks the Slinger, or Lanayka, a creature known for its lethal precision. This six-limbed predator lies in ambush, perfectly camouflaged in the murk, waiting motionless for hours. Its signature weapon is a harpoon-like tongue tipped with a venomous spike, capable of striking prey at lightning speed from a distance. Rather than pursue, it impales prey from afar, dragging them into the muck to feed. To the Na'vi, the Yanaica embodies the dangers of complacency, a silent killer hiding just beyond sight, teaching hunters that in Pandora's swamps, the most dangerous threats are the ones you never hear coming. The Slinger is featured in Avatar, an activist survival guide, 2009, and the Avatar Rites of Passage comic series, 2019, where it is depicted as a feared ambush predator in the dense swamps. Though not seen in the films, it remains a canon part of Pandora's ecosystem in the expanded universe. Gill mantle. In the clear waters of Pandora's shallow reefs drifts one of the most remarkable symbiotic creatures, the gill mantle, or 𝐏𝐚𝐽𝐧𝐝 in the Na'vi tongue. With its translucent, membrane-like body and flowing tendrils, it glows softly beneath the waves, pulsing with bioluminescent light. When placed over the face, it forms a living breathing mask, extracting oxygen from the water and allowing Na'vi to remain submerged far longer than natural breath-holding permits. For the 𝐿 clan, the gill mantle is a daily companion, used in hunting, exploration, and sacred rites. Avatar: The Way of Water shows Kiri using one to connect with the underwater spirit tree, highlighting its role not just in survival, but in spiritual connection. Small and gentle, the gill mantle symbolizes Pandora's delicate balance, where even the tiniest creature plays a vital role in sustaining life. And don't forget to like and subscribe as we cover every corner of Pandora in the lead-up to Fire and Ash. Thanator. Featuring prominently in Avatar, the Thanator is not just the most feared creature on Pandora, it's nature's version of a perfect predator. Known to scientists as a hypercarnivore and to the Na'vi as the Palulukan, or dry mouth bringer of fear, this six-legged nightmare rules the rainforest floor. It stands taller than a human, stretches over 5 meters long, and weighs several tons. Its sleek black skin blends perfectly into the dense jungle, while rows of bioluminescent markings shimmer in the dark, warning anyone brave or foolish enough to look directly at it. Its mouth is a weapon of pure destruction. Dozens of serrated teeth can rip through flesh and bone in seconds. 10 sensory quills fan out from the back of its head, able to detect heat, sound, and the slightest movement in the air. With 4 piercing eyes and a crushing bite force, the Thanator doesn't hunt. It dominates. Jake was right to run as fast as he could from it. Even the Na'vi clans, who live in complete harmony with nature, fear the Thanator. They tell stories of it as a spirit of death. Neytiri herself warned Jake Sully to stay away, knowing that even the most skilled warriors keep their distance. During the events of Avatar, the Thanator was an omen. It chased Jake through the jungle, turning his first journey into a brutal survival lesson. Yet in the climax of the battle for Pandora, it was a Thanator that Neytiri rode into war, a shocking moment which felt like 𝐿 herself sent the deadliest predator to fight alongside the Na'vi. Tulkun. Beneath the waves of Pandora swims a creature larger, older, and more intelligent than anything on land or in the sky. The Tulkun, colossal marine beings worshipped as spirit brothers and sisters by the Na'vi, are the heart of the ocean. Measuring over 25 meters long, some Tulkun even grow to 80 meters, dwarfing the largest whales on Earth. Their sleek bodies glide effortlessly through Pandora's vast oceans, decorated with swirling bioluminescent patterns that light up the deep. Beneath their thick and calloused skin is a gentle giant with unmatched intelligence. They have names, they have language, and they have culture. They create songs, share histories, and bond with the Na'vi in a way no other creature does. The 𝐿 clan, who live by the reef, hold sacred friendships with individual Tulkun, treating them not as beasts but as equals. We see this in Way of Water when Loak befriends Paya Khan, seeing him as a kindred spirit as they are both outcasts at that point of the story. But the Tulkun's story is not one of peace alone. Long ago, they fought wars amongst themselves before choosing a life of strict pacifism. They refuse to kill, even in defense. It is their greatest strength and their greatest tragedy. Humans hunt them for a golden fluid inside their frontal lobe cavity called amrita, a substance worth millions for its anti-aging properties. During the events of Avatar: The Way of Water, this brutal whaling ignited conflict between the Na'vi and the human invaders once again. The Tulkun represent everything Pandora stands for: beauty, intelligence, and balance, constantly under threat from greed. 𝐿. In the shallow coastal waters of Pandora, one creature stands out for its speed, grace, and connection to the Na'vi: the 𝐿. To the 𝐿 people, the 𝐿u is a trusted companion and vital partner in daily life. The 𝐿u is featured heavily in The Way of Water in scenes involving swimming lessons, training, and playful underwater exploration. Measuring around 6 to 8 meters in length, the 𝐿u resembles a sleek plesiosaur with two large wing-like fins that allow it to glide effortlessly through the water. Its skin shimmers in hues of blue and teal, lined with glowing bioluminescent stripes that flash as it darts between reefs. Unlike the ferocious predators of the deep, the 𝐿u is social, friendly, and highly intelligent. It travels in pods, using clicks and squeaks to communicate. Through the sacred bond of Teylu, the 𝐿 connect their cues directly to the 𝐿u, riding them through the sea. 𝐿u are used for hunting, fishing, and travel. Young Na'vi learn to ride them at an early age, mastering the currents and waves. Despite their gentle nature, 𝐿us are no easy catch for predators. They are incredibly fast and agile, able to outmaneuver most threats, including the terrifying Akula. For the 𝐿, the 𝐿u symbolizes harmony with the sea. It's a creature of freedom, joy, and partnership. This makes it all the more devastating in The Way of Water when Quaritch and his recombinant team, as part of a wider raid, kill one when trying to extract information from the Ta'unui clan as to the Sully family's whereabouts. Viper Wolf. When darkness falls over Pandora's jungles, the Viper Wolf, known to the Na'vi as Nantang, emerges from the undergrowth. Sleek, fast, and deadly, these six-legged predators are masters of the night. Viper wolves are about the size of a large dog but built for speed and stealth. Their black hairless skin allows them to blend seamlessly into the shadows, while stripes of faint green bioluminescence ripple along their bodies, pulsing as they move through the brush. Their two pairs of sharp, glowing green eyes grant them exceptional vision in the dark. Viper wolves are pack hunters. They communicate with clicks, snarls, and tail signals, coordinating complex attacks on prey much larger than themselves. They are fearless in numbers, capable of taking down creatures as big as hexapedes, and even confronting much larger threats when provoked. Despite their fearsome nature, the Na'vi respect the Viper wolf for its cunning and teamwork. Omaticaya stories teach young hunters that to understand the Nantang is to understand the forest itself. When a Viper wolf pack goes silent, it's a warning. A greater predator is nearby. In the first Avatar film, Jake Sully is ambushed by a pack of Viper wolves after becoming separated from his group, only surviving thanks to Neytiri, who intervenes by killing two of the predators and driving the rest away with fire. Earlier in the film, Neytiri also uses the sudden silence of the forest, including the quieting of Viper wolves, as a warning sign of a greater threat nearby, demonstrating how the Na'vi interpret animal behavior to sense the presence of more dangerous predators like the Thanator. Hexapede. Among the towering trees and glowing plants of Pandora, few creatures are as graceful and peaceful as the hexapede. Called 𝐿𝐴𝐺 by the Na'vi, this six-legged herbivore is a common sight in the forest's clearings and riverbanks. Standing just over 2 meters tall, the hexapede has a lean, deer-like body with smooth blue skin marked by striking yellow stripes. Its most distinct feature is the delicate fan-shaped crest on its head, which it can flare open when alarmed to appear larger and more threatening. Hexapedes live in small herds, grazing on leaves, grass, and fruits. They are cautious by nature, relying on sharp senses and agility to evade predators, primarily viper wolves and thanators. When disturbed, their herds scatter quickly, zigzagging through the forest with incredible speed. For the Na'vi, the 𝐿𝐴𝐺 holds special importance. It is often the first animal a young hunter must track and take down during their rite of passage. Not because it's dangerous, but because it teaches patience, respect, and the responsibility of taking life only when necessary. Neytiri's first hunting lesson to Jake Sully was with the hexapede, showing him how the Na'vi honor every life they take. She taught him the ritual of thanking 𝐿𝐴𝐺 after taking its life. This is part of his rite of passage and symbolizes learning Na'vi ways. Prolemuris. In the upper rainforest canopy of Pandora lives one of the most agile and playful creatures in the ecosystem, the Prolemuris. Known to the Na'vi as 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐺, this small, primate-like animal fills the forest with life and movement. About the size of a small monkey, the Prolemuris is seen briefly during Jake Sully's first night alone in the forest. Sensing impending danger before he does, the creature stands out with its unique anatomy. 4 arms split from 2 primary upper limbs, giving it incredible flexibility and control while swinging between branches. It has a slender body, bright blue skin with orange stripes, and a long prehensile tail for balance. The Prolemuris lives in family groups, feeding on fruit, leaves, and insects. With keen eyesight and quick reflexes, it darts through the treetops using gliding membranes to leap short distances between the giant jungle trees. Though harmless to the Na'vi, the 𝐶𝐸𝐴𝐺 is rarely caught.
It moves too quickly, vanishing into the foliage at the first sign of danger. For the Na'vi, the Prolemuris is a symbol of joy and freedom. Children imitate its jumps, and its image appears in song chords as a reminder to live with lightness and curiosity. To outsiders, it might seem like a small, insignificant animal, but on Pandora, the Prolemuris is an essential piece of the forest's living web. Stingbat. As the twin moons rise and the rainforest slips into darkness, a new predator emerges overhead, the Stingbat, called Reedy by the Na'vi. Small, fast, and always hunting, these flying creatures rule the twilight hours. The Stingbat makes only the briefest appearance in the first film, fluttering in the background during Jake's early jungle scenes. They also feature in a deleted scene, where one meets a nasty demise at the hands of one of Quaritch's men. They also appear in the survival guide and the 2009 video game. With a wingspan roughly the size of a house cat and 2 pairs of wings, Stingbats are built for quick darting movements. Their leathery skin is dark with faint bioluminescent streaks along their sides. Most distinctive of all is their long barbed tail tipped with a venomous stinger. Stingbats are pack hunters. At dusk, they swarm out of hidden roosts in the trees, using high-pitched clicks to communicate and echolocate. Stingbats are a nuisance but also a warning. Their appearance signals it's time to stay close to the village and avoid wandering alone. For the predators of Pandora, the Stingbat is an easy snack for the larger Ikran and Thanator. Nalutsa. Deep in the coastal waters of Pandora, beyond the safety of the coral reefs, swims a predator both feared and seldom seen, the Nalutsa. Described by the 𝐏𝐚𝐬𝐧𝐝 as a lurking terror of the shelf zone, this monstrous predator combines the flexible stealth of an eel with the brutal jaws of a crocodile. Needle-like teeth, a whip-like tail, and pulsing bioluminescent stripes help it strike fast and vanish into the depths. Preying on reef creatures and unwary swimmers, the Nalutsa is whispered about in cautionary tales, symbolizing the lurking dangers of the open sea. While beings like the Tulkun are cherished kin, the Nalutsa remains an untamed force of 𝐿 balance, a reminder that not all life on Pandora offers friendship. The Nalutsa appears in the Pandora Flight of Passage attraction and is referenced in official materials. Arachnoid. Beneath the gnarled roots and bioluminescent undergrowth of Pandora's rainforests lurks one of its most infamous predators, the Arachnoid, or 𝐏𝐚𝐬𝐧𝐝. About the size of a dinner plate, this 6-legged scorpion-like creature blends into the jungle shadows, its armored shell glinting under the glow of 𝐿's living world. With razor-sharp pincers and a curved, venomous tail, the Arachnoid strikes with lightning speed, ambushing prey from beneath fallen logs and rocky crevices. While its venom is feared for the pain it inflicts, the Na'vi revere it in a different way, extracting controlled doses during the sacred Unalteran rites to trigger visions and connect with their ancestors. The Arachnoid is briefly referenced when Grace Augustine warns Jake Sully about a stinger during his first jungle walk. Forest Banshee. In the dense rainforests of Pandora flies the forest banshee, or Ikran, a smaller, more agile cousin of the mountain Ikran. Adapted for life beneath the jungle canopy, it has muted colors for camouflage and narrower wings for maneuvering through thick foliage. The Ikran hunts birds, rodents, and insects, nesting high in the trees. Unlike their mountain relatives, they are not ridden by the Na'vi, but are respected as wild spirits of the forest. Their piercing calls are seen by the Na'vi as natural warnings of predators or disturbances, serving as part of 𝐿's balance in the lowland jungles. The forest banshee is briefly mentioned in an activist survival guide and seen in Avatar, the game, but has not appeared in the main films, making it part of Pandora's expanded lore. Slint. Found along the perilous cliffs of Pandora, the Slint is a deadly ambush predator, known to the Anari clan as the Shadow on the Cliffs. With 6 powerful limbs, lean muscle, and dark striped skin blending perfectly with rocky outcrops, the Slint strikes swiftly from cover. It hunts alone, favoring quick, brutal takedowns of prey along narrow ledges. Feared and respected, it appears in Na'vi folklore as a test of a hunter's vigilance. Featured in Avatar, Rites of Passage, the Slint reminds all travelers that even in Pandora's heights, predators rule. Teylu. The Teylu lives in the soil of the forests, a small but essential creature in the Na'vi way of life. About the length of a Na'vi forearm, the Teylu is a segmented, worm-like invertebrate with a soft body that glows with faint bioluminescence. It burrows through the earth, breaking down decaying vegetation and contributing to the forest's natural cycle of life and renewal. For the Na'vi, the Teylu is more than just part of the ecosystem, it's a prized delicacy. Highly nutritious, with a sweet, nutty flavor when roasted, the Teylu is a staple protein source. Omaticaya children are taught to forage for Teylu at a young age, learning both practical survival skills and respect for 𝐿𝐴𝐻's bounty. Roasting Teylu over open flames is a common practice, especially during communal meals and celebrations, where the juicy insects pop when cooked. The Teylu appears in Avatar during a memorable bonding moment, when Neytiri offers Jake Sully a roasted Teylu, introducing him to Na'vi food and culture. The Activist Survival Guide also details the Teylu's ecological role, highlighting it as a key example of the importance of even the smallest life forms within 𝐿𝐴𝐻's balance. Thanks for joining us on this journey through James Cameron's wonderful world. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to hit the like button, and to join us as we continue building out the world before fire and ash.